All right, so 8 walks, 8 strikeouts over the last 2 starts. Nobody actually has a lower in-zone rate than Edward Cabrera, and that one of the issues for him here in the early going. So walks and strikeouts here today. We'll see if he can pour it over and get the Mets to put it in play, because the Cubs have an outstanding defense. Carson Bench will step in, and we're ready to go here at Wrigley. Yeah, the first offering misses down and in. Ball 1. We are underway. And that's in there for a strike. Now Cabrera, who has both fastballs, 4-seamer and a 2-seamer. He's kind of ditched the sinker a bit. A swing and a miss. That was the changeup. One of the things Craig Counsell talked about in our pregame meeting was just the idea that when he misses with the changeup, he's got to miss over the plate.
Yeah, well, that's where he's going to get chase, right? When it's on the plate out of the hand and diving down below the knees, that's the chase pitch. When a hitter can read that pitch is off the plate out of the hand, he's not going to get the swing and miss. Certainly not as frequently. And first pitch strikes. That game against the Angels, his debut as a Cub, was his best.
Lined out to left. Happ is there to make the catch. So Cabrera gets the leadoff man as they shift things around. Bench in a leadoff spot. Lindor hitting third, and Bo Bichette will hit second. Just getting started here. Friday afternoon baseball here at Wrigley. Boog Sciambi, Jim Deshaies, and Taylor McGregor.
Hi, Boog. How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Yeah,
you all right over there?
Yeah. We had a little technical issue, but clean that up. Crack staff. It's like when something goes wrong up here, it's like you know, a pit row. They just come in and fix it. Bang.
In on his thumbs.
Bichette, like so many Met hitters, off to a slow start, hitting just .228 on base at .271. The resume tells you sooner or later he's going to get things turned around. You say that about any number of these Met hitters.
Outside corner, got him. Bichette didn't like the call, but he didn't dislike it enough to challenge. And it was on the edge.
Yeah, 97 miles an hour right over the outside corner. Walk of shame back to the dugout for Bo.
It's been one of the issues for Bo Bichette. His strikeout rate at 25% would be the highest of his career. And now it's Lindor. And the breaking ball in for a strike. That curveball. We talk about the changeup so much, but his curveball is excellent. And there's the changeup.
Yeah, the change at 93. You talk about not throwing sinkers, but that changeup really plays like a sinker.
Yep.
Right? He throws it hard, gets great action. The curveball he can throw kind of just landed in the strike zone for a called strike, and then he can bury it and get chased with that pitch as well. So the stuff is off the charts. It's, you know, plus heater, good off-speed stuff. Command is the only issue.
Yeah, and again, he throws 38.5% of his pitches in the strike zone. And that is the lowest in the majors out of 127 pitches, minimum 15 innings.
Yeah, and I think because his stuff is so good, he doesn't have to throw a ton of strikes. He just has to throw enough strikes. Show enough, you know, show the ability, you know, get ahead, get hitters into swing mode, then he can expand.
Lindor got that off his foot. Let's check out the Mets lineup. It is presented by Ford, and the Mets have really struggled to score to begin the year. Bench, then Bichette, then Lindor, Luis Robert Jr., Alvarez, Melendez, Simeon, Beatty, and Taylor.
Little Schinberger.
I think maybe we need to call the tow truck.
That would be a prudent move.
The 1-2. He laid off that time. Tight curveball. He's a big guy. They list him at 6'5", 217. I think could even be north of that 217. 27. And here comes a 2-2. And that is ripped right field. Suzuki is back. And it's off Seiya's glove and off the wall. PCA grabs it and fires it in, and Lindor has a double. That was smoked.
Yeah, initially it looked like it was going to be an easy double, but Seiya almost makes a play on it. Must have been pretty deep to begin with. Gets leather on it, can't haul it in. Hello, wall. And PCA does a nice job coming over to provide support.
Two down, man at second. And here's the former White Sox, Luis Robert Jr. Fly ball to center. PCA coming on.
For the next storm, call your trusted local experts today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4Seasons.
Bottom of the first. Hey, we got a drone in the ballpark. No score. Cubs coming up to hit, and it goes like this. Nico, Bushy, and Bregman, then Happ, Suzuki, Ballesteros, Kelly, PCA, and Swanson. Nico Hoerner off to an excellent start. JD, we talked about it. Less or fewer ground balls and going up against the guy in Kodai Senga from Gamagori, Japan. 27% career strikeout rate. And it's that ghost forkball that is the real issue. That's the pitch. First offering a fastball, and that is in there. All right, so on Wednesday, Nico Hoerner, the first Cub with a homer, a steal, and 5 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot since Augie Gallen, September 12, 1935. Pretty good.
Augie was a player.
Popped up to the right side. Simeon and Beatty. Simeon has it.
So when you look at the numbers,
retire.
Excuse me, but when you look at the numbers for Senga, the 7.07 ERA certainly gets your attention. But we're, 3 starts into the season. His first 2 were actually good. Last time out against the A's, he had the worst start of his career. 2 1/3 innings allowed, 7 runs. Stuff is still good. He's got a fastball, sits around 96. He's got that disappearing fork ball. He'll throw a cutter, a sweeper, maybe even a sinker just for fun.
That one misses down and away. And he profiles, I mean, that's pretty neutral right there.
I would say, yeah. And that's how you survive as a starter in the big leagues.
Now this year you mentioned the cutter and the sweeper. Small sample size alert. But those 2 pitches combined, if you take the results, teams are 10 for 20 on the cutter and the sweeper combined. Is downstairs. The other thing with his velocity, it'll start out in the 96-ish range And usually by the third or thereabout, you'll see something a little closer to 94. So we'll keep our eye on that. There's a strike to Michael Busch.
He signed a 5-year, $75 million deal, Senga did, coming out of Japan. Through next season, when he's been healthy, he's been really good. An outstanding rookie year.
And a challenge here.
Challenging the pitch.
ABS challenge, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. It's a strike.
New York has 2 challenges remaining.
Todd Tischner, our plate umpire, and the crew chief. There's the rest of the group with Alex Tosi, Adam Hammery, and Austin Jones.
Not familiar with Austin Jones.
Nor am I. That one in the dirt, and it is ball 4. So Michael Busch will take his base. Man aboard and 1 out. No score here. Bottom of the first. And for the Cubs, it'll be Alex Bregman. See the overall numbers. He started to get it going. Still hit the ball on the ground a little too much. Line drive. Fair ball down the line. Michael Busch on his horse around second. Benj picks it up, throws it into second, and he holds Bregman to a solidly struck single. First and third, 1 away.
Cubs trying to pick up where they left off. They scored a bunch of runs in that series in Philadelphia. Bregman, a little slicing line drive right down the line. Alex Tosi with the call. Michael Busch with 1 peek. Sees the ball, sees the right fielder. Waves himself over to third base.
So Busch at third, Bregman at first, and now Ian Happ will have an opportunity to hit. Happ hitting .212, does have 4 homers, 4 doubles to go along with it. JD, in the last 14 games,
Yep.
the Cubs have only 1 first inning run. Craig Counsell's team was out there practicing that.
They did work on their first inning execution.
Yeah. Out here at, I want to say 7:30 when he started doing that. Pitch a little bit low.
You know, you think things would go well in the first inning because you have your best hitters up there. But, you know, it's the way it rolls sometimes, Boog. I always feel like they've been a really good 4th inning club.
Here's a 1-1.
It feels like a hitter's day here today, doesn't it? It's warm, a little humidity, a breeze appears to be blowing out if you believe the flags.
I see those flags. Happ back in, awaits a 1-2. And Ian wouldn't chase. You know, at times when things go awry, it really just ends up falling to that ghost forkball, kind of a 1-pitch pitcher for Senga. Still in his career a 3.19 ERA, which is excellent. 2-2 to Ian Happ. And a pitch. Swing and a miss.
You see the whiff rate, he gets a lot of swings and misses. Opposing hitters hitting just 118. You know, last year he got up to a really good start, had a 1.47 ERA into June. Then he got hurt. Spent a bunch of time on the IL. Actually got sent down to AAA late in the year.
Seiya Suzuki now. And that's in for a strike. Little cutter to Seiya. Suzuki at 261, still doesn't have an extra base hit. And that one is upstairs. Senga 1-1. Swing and a miss. And there's the cutter darting away from Suzuki.
Yeah, I got a little something extra on this cutter. 92 miles an hour running off that outside edge. In our conversation with Craig Counsell earlier today, he said he asked Seiya, I guess it was a pitch he didn't challenge in Philly, and Seiya said the strike zone's a little fuzzy to me right now.
Yeah, not commenting about ABS. It just shows where he is right now as a hitter, just what his zone is and his sense of it. Yeah, saying that it felt fuzzy.
Yeah, he's not seeing the ball real well.
Senga ready, 2-2. In the air, softly hit, right field, Benj. On a bounce, he trapped it. In to score is Michael Busch. Bregman to third. RBI single, and the Cubs have the lead, 1-0.
A big 2-out knock here for Seiya. Doesn't hit it all that hard. A little slicing fly ball. Heck of an effort by Benj out there, and writing a real nice job making sure that ball doesn't get by him, because if it does, the second run is going to score, and Seiya's likely standing on third base.
So Benj not quite able.
Hey, you know, all that work they did today, first inning work, is really paying off.
No question. First one to Ballesteros. Lifted to left field. That one back some more. Gone into the basket. Ballesteros, a 3-run homer. It's 4-0. Mo homers.
Home run replay brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. Holy Moises! 365 to the left, into the basket. And they put a crooked number on the board. Senga's not happy. Come on, man. Come on, Wrigley, don't do that to me.
JD,
Yeah.
Moby is now 7 for 10 when he puts the first pitch in play this year.
Say it all the time. We always comment on when a guy has a good long at bat. Well, that's a good at bat. He saw a lot of pitches. Sometimes it only takes one. You get something you like early, go ahead. Especially when you have the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
So Ballesteros wasting no time. Yeah, the Cubs have opened up a lead on the Mets and Kodai Senga. The Mets come in having lost 8 in a row. First 18 games, 4 runs. Today, 4 runs. That's the way baseball go.
Cubs have scored at least 7, and they've had at least 10 hits in each of the last 4 games.
Three balls and a strike on Carson Kelly, whose season is off to a very good start, making excellent contact. The 3-1.
Senga, like, well, can't say every pitcher in the modern game, but most. They get into leverage counts. Rarely are they going to challenge with a heater. For him, he likes to throw that cutter with something with a little movement.
3-2. In the air down the right side. Bench coming on and makes the catch. Kelly retired. Moises Ballesteros gets into one.
Looks like.
Download the Marquee Sports Network app to not miss a moment this season.
On to the second. Cubs lead at 4-0 over the Mets on a gorgeous Friday. Time now for the Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. We focused on defense. Lowest batting average against allowed on balls in play this season. And the Dodgers are 1, the Rays are 2, and the Cubs are 3. And when you look at the Cubs, last year they were the National League winner for the Gold Glove for a team, and this year already the defensive metrics 18 games in, love them. I mean, they're third in outs above average, tied for third in DRS, second in defensive efficiency, so they're covering the field. They're covering inside the field, outside the field, and we have a helicopter too. Edward Cabrera back to work, and he'll face Francisco Alvarez. And that one misses for ball 1. Alvarez, the one guy who's really been swinging it for them, but you look at the numbers: 4 homers and just 4 runs batted in. That's a strike. Mets are tied for 26th in runs per game, tied for 26th in homers, tied for last in on base percentage, 29th in slug. Now right now they don't have Juan Soto. Polanco's ailing. That's a strike.
Alvarez thought it was a little bit low, not convinced he should challenge though. Yeah, it's been pretty bleak for the Metropolitans so far in the early going.
Three-two pitch. And fouled off. They'll do it again.
This 8-game losing streak that the Mets are on. They've been shut out 3 times, held to 2 runs or fewer in 7 of those 8 games. They scored 6 in the middle game of their series against the A's, but they gave up 11.
3-2. Bounce towards third. Fair ball. Brentman unloads. Throw. Pulls Bush off the base. It'll be an infield single.
Yeah, he had a fighting chance with Alvarez, the catcher, going down the line, but the throw off the mark. I mean, real nice play, kind of a desperation jump throw. Just trying to avoid the sack here. No intentional grounding, Book. He was outside the hash mark, whatever that rule is.
Right.
Rule that I still don't understand.
It was MJ Melendez. And Melendez takes ball 1.
That's the pitch right there that we were talking about with counts. The changeup that shows ball early. It's an easier take. If that pitch is on the plate and then dives down and away, he might get a chase there. He also might get a ground ball in a double play.
Curveball missing, and now the count is 2-0. They signed MJ Melendez as a free agent February 12th. I mean, they're beat up. This guy is their DH today. His career slash line is 216, 297, 389. And that misses. Now 3-0. Cubs with the early 4-0 lead. We're in the second. And that's through there for a strike. Alvarez at first, nobody out. 3-1. Cabrera kicks, fires. That's it for a strike.
Well, Melendez thought it was ball 4. And had he challenged, he would have been right.
Three-two. Drive and a base hit into right field. A sinker at 97, and Melendez just whistled it into right, and now they're 2 aboard and nobody out.
Does a real nice job clearing the hips, dropping the head on this ball. It's down and on the inner third. A little early trouble here for Cabrera.
That's already hit 2 baseballs 105 and above. Marcus Semien here. Let's see if he can get something on the ground. First offering. Line drive out towards left center field. That's going to touch down. It'll bang off the bullpen door. 1 run is in to score. Melendez is into third, and into second is Semien. And just like that, it's 4-1, second and third, and nobody out.
Like they were trying to run this ball in on his hands, and it's out over the plate. Semien first pitch swinging. Drives it all the way to the wall, and the Mets are in business here. 1 in, 2 in scoring position.
And now it's Brett Beatty. Beatty getting the start at first base.
Infield stays back. We'll trade a run for an out here. Michael Busch creeps in a little bit at first. Now if you're Cabrera, you're chasing a punch out. Trying to just keep this ball out of play. What do you want to do, Boog? High fastball maybe? Or go back to that changeup? What are you in the mood for?
I want to bounce a breaking ball.
Okay.
There's the changeup, swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
I think had you executed your breaking ball, you would have got him too. That's a big punch out for Cabrera. And it's his second. AbbVie and the Chicago Cubs are teaming up to strike out cancer. Roughly 241 Americans are diagnosed with cancer every hour. For each Cubs strikeout at Wrigley Field this season, AbbVie will donate $241 to Cubs charities. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities.
First one to Tyrone Taylor is low and away, ball 1. Are you slowly taking the AbbVie read away from me?
No, I think our producer Mike Leary, I was talking about strikeouts, so I think it was a seamless transition on his part to have me read that.
Way to go, Mike Leary.
It's good producing.
Yep.
And it's fun because it's a long read, so you got one eye on the pitcher and one eye on the card, and you're hoping you can finish it before he pitches. So there's a lot of stress involved.
The 1-1. Foul of third past Tim Leeper, who does the coaching down there. Gilbert Gomez is their first base coach. There's Gilbert. He's got all sorts of notes in his pocket. JD, special broadcast today. We have, I believe, 11 drones today.
I think somewhere around that many. Yeah, we've got you covered, folks.
Laced out into left center field, and that's off the top of the wall. PCA corrals it, throws it to second. Horner, tag out at second. 2 runs come in, but well done by PCA and Nico.
Mets contemplating a challenge here. Man, we got a lot going on. Top of the second, already a 4-3 ball game. The Mets hitting some rockets in this inning off Cabrera. More outstanding defense from PCA. Taylor can really run. And he bangs this ball off the wall, but Pete gets there in a hurry. Strong throw in, and then Nico hanging in there. I think he got him originally anyway. See, he's trying to do that swim move. Oh no, he got the bag first. And then he comes off. Oh man, I don't know. If I'm the Mets, I might take a look at that one.
I think they just ran out of time. Left field, Happ backing up some more. Ian wanders onto the track and he makes the catch.
Oof, deep breath, everybody. Whoa.
Back here, bottom of the second, and the Cubs lead is down to a single run. It's 4-3, and PCA will come up to hit. 8-9-1. PCA, Swanson, and Horner. Senga to the plate. On the ground. Squirts out of the glove of Beatty. Gets it over to Senga. And there's one down. And time now to take one more look at that.
You know, you tell yourself don't panic, but when PCA is going down the line, there's a tendency to rush. And ultimately, Beatty able to secure that one and get his man.
Remember, Beatty, a third baseman by trade. He's played some second as well, but this year they're using him at first. They're using him in the outfield, and he's DH'd. One-0 to Swanson.
You know, Senga in Japan, he wore the number 41. And obviously with the Mets, you can't have number 41.
That's correct.
Tom Seavers.
Yep.
So he had the fans vote as to what number he should.
I love that.
Dansby, oh, he almost went to the helmet. This is kind of a funny sequence. And this is what the hitters are up against, just trying to process all this information. He thought it was in. Look, he starts to go, and then he goes to the earpiece, and then he just adjusts his helmet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you see an umpire start to raise that right arm, and then they don't make the call.
Yep. 2-2. Inside. One out, bases empty. Swanson 3-2. Cubs lead it by a run. And Swanson wouldn't chase. Dansby continues to take his walks.
He's reached base safely now in 11 consecutive games. His OPS during that stretch up over 1,000.
One down man at first, and it's Nico. All right, Intelligence Center powered by CDW and Intel. Leaders in wins above replacement. Walker, Pages, and then Horner in the National League among position players. Swing and a high fly ball drilled to left on its way out of here. Nico Horner stays red hot. And that's his third of the year. It is 6-3, and he smoked that.
Brett Counsell telling us before the game that if you watch BP, Nico has as much power as anybody on our club. And he's starting to figure out how to turn that raw power into game power.
He is off to some kind of start. Great to see. Made some mechanical tweaks. His stride just a little smaller.
Yeah, and the other thing is fewer defensive swings, right? He was wired as a hitter to not strike out. So slow the bat down, let the ball travel, shoot it the other way, and all those things serve you well. But as you mature as a hitter and you learn how to catch the ball out in front, but look for certain pitches and certain counts, and then the power will start to show up, and that's kind of where he is now. This home run brought to you by Hefty strength you can trust. Yeah, I gave you 4 Hefties, Hefty. That's free of charge. People's hands out there in the bleachers.
Nico's knocked in, what, 10 in the last 3 games. The Bush comes up empty. Out number 2. Yeah, I had a long talk with him about it, and he just mentioned, you know, there's that wiring in there to stay contact based. And then the other thing is, what are the cues you're going to use, the language, and what works for me? Like, some people want to say, take more chances. And just the phrasing that you put in your head, and how do you use it? And it's that type of stuff that just, it takes time.
Yeah. The longer you're in the league, the more you see the pitchers, get a better sense of their stuff and how they're trying to attack you.
Because he told me, he said, I don't want to be thinking I want to be bigger. Because that means, he said, for me, that I end up being sloppy.
Swing gets a little too long, start to chase a little bit.
Goodbye by Bregman.
The first 2 starts of the season for Senga went well, but last time out in here today, getting knocked around. Most RBIs from the leadoff spot. Nico's the guy.
And again, the highlighted part, remember, he leads in RBI from the leadoff spot. He's only led off 13 times. Bregman dribbles it foul. Alex laced a single the other way and scored in the first.
Well, you know, and so much of RBIs is a function of opportunity, right? You got to have people on base, and that's what's been going on with this Cubs lineup here. The guys at the bottom have been feeding the top lately.
Why do you hate the RBI, JD?
I don't hate it. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to oversell it.
That's right. Taylor loves the RBI. That's in there, and Bregman has gone on strikes. Nico Hoerner unloads, third of the year, and the Cubs back in front by 3. Top of the third, and the Mets will send Bo Bichette to the plate. Bichette, then Lindor, and then Luis Robert. The 0-1, too high.
Cabrera celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago. 28, 29, something like that.
Yeah, Monday.
Did you get him anything?
I didn't. I've been bad lately
Yeah.
in terms of getting birthday presents. You?
And just trying to come up with a good nickname. As you know, I'm torn between Big Nasty and Big Smooth.
Yeah.
He turned 28 on Monday. Santiago in the Dominican Republic.
2-2 in the dirt, and a curveball missed. Three-two pitch, and it's sliced into right field for a base hit. Suzuki will pick it up, throw it in. Bichette a leadoff single.
Tried that changeup. Bichette just pings it the other way. He's got an interesting stance, doesn't he? The way he coils that bat behind his back.
Or a double his first time. Bounce to first, Bush up with it, grabs, throws to second. On to first, two. It's a double play.
Slick double play turned here by the Cubs, and it's brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car.
JD is a right-handed first baseman. I think Michael Bush makes that play, that throw, as well as most anyone in the National League. The throw seemingly always accurate, makes good choices, I feel like. That's not so easy for a guy that spent the bulk of his pro career at third and at second. Broken bat, Bregman. And Cabrera uses the defense, breaks a bat, faces the minimum. Cubs lead. Welcome back. Live Odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. It'll be Ian Happ, then Seiya Suzuki, and then Moises Ballesteros. You know, JD, I was talking earlier about all the drones we have on the broadcast today. And one of the things, you know, you worry about it. So when we had our team meeting, because we have a team meeting every day, I said to the producer, Mike Leary, about our director, Mike Fox, don't let him play you today. Because you know he's got all the planes and stuff, and he's just going to want to take all these beauty shots. And Mike Leary, you got stuff you need to execute. See, and then we got the helicopter, too. Swing and a miss from Happ. Fox is just thrown it in our face.
Ready, drone, go, drone. You're challenging this one,
The catcher is challenging the pitch.
The pitcher is challenging the pitch. ABS Challenge brought to you by T-Mobile. You say the pitcher or the catcher? What do you say?
I don't know. It ended in sure. It was one of those two. I'm guessing catcher.
The pitch is a ball. New York has one challenge remaining.
Did you hear Todd Tischner right there? The pitch is a ball.
Yeah.
I was right.
Confirmed.
Can confirmed. 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Senga listening in says yes. No 1-2. Good eye by Ian Happ.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, Alvarez challenged earlier and was right, but he obviously he's pretty aggressive. I don't know that that's a good time to use that challenge.
2-2. That's down and in.
I mean, if I'm going to challenge in that situation, I got to know. I got to be like, that ball is right there. No doubt in my mind that's a strike. We're in a 3-run game in the 3rd inning. Nobody's on base.
Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Austin Jones down there. That's a good at bat from Ian Happ. Leadoff man is aboard. Last 4 games, Cubs offense really rolling. 16 extra base hits. The extra base hits and the walks are huge, and the batting average with Riss kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, that coming on the heels of a stretch where they were really struggled in those situations, and that's, you can certainly could anticipate some regression there.
Suzuki now in an 0-2 hole. That one downstairs, check swing, didn't go. Alex Tosi down there. Kodai Senga, 33 years old, All-Star in 2023. Fly ball right field. Benj makes the grab, 1 away.
This is the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra. With the most standard features of any sedan in its class, it means you can have your cake and drive it too. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get a low $289 per month lease on Sentra.
JD, I was talking to somebody about Kodai Senga, and one of the things that was mentioned is how much he tinkers. His Ballestero swings through that. And the person told me that he fixates on the wrong stuff, and then what he thinks he's doing and what's actually going on in his delivery are different. And then it gets difficult to help him. So that it is in his mind, he thinks he's doing certain things, and then the data, the Kinetrax, the video show that he's actually doing something else, and he can be super stubborn.
Yeah, well, that's, it's interesting, right? Because stubborn sometimes can be a good attribute for an athlete. You believe in yourself, believe in your stuff, believe in your approach, but it can be detrimental as well.
Yeah, it can cause friction, and again, it's difficult.
Especially if they have evidence to support their argument. You need to be doing this.
Flared into right field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Benj collects another hit from Mo B. He's 2 for 2.
He's having some fun playing the game. Home run the other way now off that fork ball. He's out in front of it. He got fooled by it. But the swing stays in the zone long enough to make some contact.
And now a visit to the mound for the Mets' first-year pitching coach, Justin Willard. Willard was the director of pitching with the Red Sox. JD, I got a note for you. Ready for this?
Yeah, bring it on.
Tell me if this surprises you, the actual number. But this is my nugget. And Jerry Willard, or Justin Willard, is in this group. In 2026, exactly 1/3 of all major league pitching coaches did not pitch professionally.
The fact that they didn't pitch in the big leagues would not have surprised me, but the fact that they did not pitch professionally does surprise me. I mean, I know this, the game is trending that way. That's interesting.
So 2 aboard and 1 out. And time call. Oh, it's a pitch clock violation. And it's 1-0. I love the way the umpire hops behind the plate. It's like he got stung by a bee when the pitch clock timer goes off.
Maybe they got a little taser in the back pocket.
They do actually. Pitch in for a strike. No, they have a buzzer on their belt. I don't think it's designed to electrocute them, but I think that there is some type of buzzing situation. In fact, I know there's some type of buzzing situation.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
On the ground to third. Bichette to second for 1. To first 2. Inning-ending double play. We'll head to the 4th. Cubs lead it.
Cubs lead is 6-3 as we go to the top of the 4th. A gorgeous day here at Wrigley Field with Edward Cabrera on the mound. When you ask Cabrera about his childhood, he will tell you he didn't grow up watching baseball. In fact, didn't even start playing baseball till he was 13 years old. What he was watching, though, Boog? Superhero movies. He said he was obsessed, and now he sort of views himself as a superhero within the context of a baseball game, and so much so that his entire right leg is covered in superheroes. Take a look at some of these. We have Superman, Batman, Captain America, and then Iron Man. That's his entire right leg. He spent the last 2 years getting those tattoos done. And it's really just a reminder to him that when he's out there, he can be unstoppable, just like those superheroes. And by the way, Boog, as I throw it back up to you, it's quite rude I never had the chance to defend myself against RBIs, to which I will say I'm allowed to change my mind.
Fair enough, T-Mac. I'd like to apologize. Bregman gathers it in. Stretch, nice play.
It's the second time that Alvarez has tested Bregman here today. First time it went for an infield hit. This time Alex able to get around that ball and then the throw on the money.
JD, if you could get a tattoo of any superhero on your leg, what would it be?
I don't know. Green Lantern?
Okay. I love that Cabrera mixes and matches with Marvel and DC guys on his leg.
How about the Lone Ranger? Does he count? He's not a superhero, is he?
You know what? I think I'm sure there was. Right? I bet you there was a Lone Ranger comic book, right? At some point.
I think.
2-0. Yeah, now 3-0. JD, ask me.
I apologize. What superhero tattoo would you get, Boog?
Spider-Man.
You know, you could have offered that without me asking. You could have just said, not me, pal.
Ball to 4 to Melendez.
So you're just going to completely bypass, not ask me?
That is. Don't. I didn't ask the girl. That is literally what I did. Right. All right, Taylor. If you could get a tattoo of any superhero, who would it be?
Wonder Woman.
There you go. Of course.
How about the Human Torch? That guy, Flame On. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that guy's. I mean, what do you got to figure that his baseball savant page is all red, right? 0-1 to Semien.
And I think the natural follow-up question is, what would be your superpower? I want to be invisible.
Really?
Yeah.
The 1-1. What would you do with your powers of invisibility, T-Mac? Would you be a high-level snooper?
Well, I've always wanted to be a spy, so
Okay.
quite useful.
Yes, good. Invisibility, no question. Well, you know Wonder Woman has the golden lasso that makes people tell the truth.
Which, I like that. Listen, we would go from 80% accurate to 100% accurate. Keep everybody accountable.
That's a fair point. We're getting somewhere with these superpowers. Here at Wrigley, we're in the fourth. 6-3 Cubs. Spider-Man, the Human Torch, and Wonder Woman with you. Fouled all. Ooh, I got a piece of Todd Tischner on the bounce.
Boom, boom. Two for the price of one.
Semien, who came over from the Rangers in the Brandon Nimmo trade. Runner goes, pitch cut on and miss. Tag at second, got him. Strike him out, throw him out, and the inning is over. Great throw by Carson Kelly. Nico Hoerner puts the tag down. 6-3 midway in the fourth. Back at Wrigley as we go bottom four, and the Cubs on top of the Mets 6-3. Big day for Nico Hoerner and Moises Ballesteros. PCA starts it off. And a pitch outside. JD, what have you been seeing for PCA at the plate?
Well, I would say kind of moving in the right direction. Just missed one there. He's had some pitches. And
Roberts struggling. Oh boy. He was able to find it, but there was a problem there for a second.
You know, I think the swing decisions have been pretty good.
PCA retired for out number 1, and it'll bring up Dansby Swanson.
One thing that's hurt PCAs is just faced a lot of nasty left-handed pitching. That doesn't help at all.
Yeah, you know they're going to have lefties to face him out of the pen, but when you go to Philadelphia and they start lefties 2 of 3, it makes it even harder. On the ground towards the hole, sliding stamp machine comes up, safe.
Bichette taking over at third base, shows good range here, quickly to his feet, but not quickly enough to get Dansby. Got himself an infield knock to go with a walk. That's going to do it.
Carlos Mendoza out of the dugout, and we've got a pitching change. Brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And a pitching change as the Cubs lead the Mets 6-3. Huáscar Brazoban will take over.
Huáscar is off to a great start. Given him nada so far. 8 1/3 innings through 7 appearances, an ERA of 0. Hasn't walked anybody. A bunch of ground balls. Real good changeup. How Far Did It Fly is brought to you by American Airlines, and we're focusing on Nico Hoerner, who went deep yet again. He's on a roll. 2-run shot. 392 feet. Score your next flight at AA.com. You playing the piano there around the bases?
One on, one out. That's in there for a strike. And the throw back to Brazoban gets past him. Swing and a miss.
Likes his changeup, and for good reason. That's a nasty pitch. I'm talking about Nico and his tweaks he's made to not just the stride length, but just in terms of his approach. So down 2 strikes, then you kind of go back to being old Nico, right? Let the ball travel, be willing to shoot it the other way. And that's the best hitters in the game are those that can play both games. They can slug, they hit for average. They take walks. Judge fella comes to mind.
Yeah. Chopped off the plate to third, waiting on it. Bichette. He'll have no play. Infield single. That'll do.
Ernie Harwell used to call that an alabaster blaster. Chopper right off a home plate. Nico sees the high bounce, head down. Nico gets high marks for his running form. Straight line technique.
Is there anybody who's running form you're down on?
I have to give it a more critical.
Yeah. On the ground, off of the glove of the first baseman Beatty, redirects, and then the throw to second. And it looks like everybody's going to be safe.
Yeah, throw pulled Lindor off the base. A good hustle by Nico to beat the play. Bushy's aboard. They're going to give him a base hit here. I think the biggest mistake was probably the decision to throw this ball to second base. I think they had Michael at first.
Yep.
If Brazoban was over there, I think he was. But right now, Michael Busch will take a hit any which way he can. It's been a rough go for him. Hey folks, 2 more games this weekend with the Mets here, and tickets are still available. Cubs.com/tickets. Get yours today. Come out and enjoy some Cubs Mets.
It's Bo Bichette on the left, Pete Crow Armstrong on the right.
Chance to blow this thing wide open. If there is such a thing on a day like today.
Yeah. Be interested to see what he gets and what the approach is from Bregman. Knows the strike zone really well. Brazoban. Ball 1. Swanson at third, Horner at second, Busch at first. Swing and a miss. Alex Bregman could quite catch up with that sinker at 96. Line drive caught, and everybody scrambles back to their base. 2 down.
It reminds me of the conversation I had with Quentin Berry the other day. He did a drill in spring training with his base runners. He said, we're not freezing on a line drive. We're going back to the base on a line drive. You hold your ground, they're going to double you off.
I hear you, Q. On the ground, Beatty kicks off of him. Happ is aboard. A run comes in at 7-3, and Beatty's having a rough day at first.
Yeah, even the plays he's made, he's had a hard time handling the ball. That's about as routine as it gets. People in New York will be screaming, bring back the polar bear.
I think they kind of have been. Well, for Carlos Mendoza, certainly feeling the heat. I mean, they've lost 8 straight, and you know how things are and can be in New York. Joel Sherman came up with this note. Joel Sherman, who writes for the New York Post. Last 10 years, 59 teams have started 7-12. 3 have made the playoffs. Doesn't mean they can't, just gives you an idea of what has taken place.
Yeah.
The one point I would make about this season is, I mean, close to a third of the teams in all of baseball have 6, 7, or 8 wins. And this is what's been going on in the last not great 8 for the Mets.
Obviously, Juan Soto being down is a big problem. He's got a calf injury. They're hoping he'll be back on their next homestand. Kind of highlighted some of the individuals that have scuffled here in the early going.
Jorge Polanco's been bothered by both wrist and Achilles issues. It's foul of third. Is that Fabian down there? It is.
Yeah.
He's swaggy. Three and two outs. And that's in there, and Suzuki is down on strikes. Cubs pick up a run. They leave him loaded. 7-3.
Of the fifth, and I have made my way out to the bleachers because I have some special friends. This is the class of 2026. It is senior ditch day for several high schools in the area, specifically New Trier, Lake Forest, Glenbrook North, which is the group I'm with, and then Glenbrook South. Now, what I've been told is this is a tradition that dates back to a lot of when these kids' parents were in high school, and it's something every single year they'll get together. I guess they did it via Instagram. Somebody posted today was the day they would all ditch class, so they all rode the train in together, and they're enjoying their senior ditch day here at the Cubs game. Now, the best part about all of this, I was like, okay, so the parents are involved, and most of their parents actually bought the tickets, so we're not condoning ditching, but if your parents consent, boog, maybe we are. What a tradition. We didn't do this at my high school, but I'm all for it. 120s on Friday, ditch school, and come to the Cubs game. I feel like I'm living in a movie.
Yeah, it's called Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, because the one guy, Taylor, down to your left, has Cameron's Detroit Red Wings jersey on.
Yeah.
There's our guy.
There's our guy. Now, if you'll remember, Glenbrook North, the school where our friends, the Pete Crow Armstrong group, they all went to Glenbrook North.
Yeah. Jason Kipnis is.
So they're all friends with those guys.
He just waved.
So this is what we got out here. An awesome Friday, Senior Ditch Day. We're taking in. They want me to say Glenbrook North is better, but you know we're unbiased.
Swing and a miss, and Cabrera able to get Taylor 2 down.
So strikeout number 4 for Cabrera here this afternoon, starting to settle in. Well, it's so far been a tough day to pitch. 10 runs, 14 hits in this ball game already as the Mets bat here in the top of the 5th.
Cubs up 7-3. And right there, Carson Benj went too far. It's 0-1. Benj 0 for 2. He's lined to left. And he's also flied to left. The Mets' #1 prospect going into the year, number 13 overall in baseball.
He's only played, I think, 50-some games above A ball. He had a tremendous spring training, giving him an opportunity to get his feet wet here at the big league level.
Little bit low as Benj was tracking that one into the mitt of Carson Kelly. Cubs have gotten homers from Nico Horner. That one back up the middle, and it gets through, and it knocked Cabrera down. Let's make sure that Edward is all right. Kind of grimacing a little bit, but I mean, 6 feet 5 inches. There's a little bit of like timber.
Well, it looked like he was kind of losing his balance to begin with, and finished his delivery.
Yeah, he was. You're right. That's a great point.
And then it got a piece of him on the way through.
Yep.
He was kind of left into a defenseless position, and on the ground, that line drive was head high. Looks like he got his non-throwing hand or arm. Thumbs up.
One more peek at it.
At that point, you're just going into self-defense mode.
I don't think it got him. Did you think it got him, or did it?
I think it hit him somewhere along the way, but I don't know.
Just from diving down. Man at first. Here's Bichette. Takes inside, pulls the hands in tight.
Let's take another look. Let's pay close attention here. This ball hit him or not? Don't know.
Bichette hits it hard. Oh, what a play, Nico. On a hop, gets up, throws him out. Last year's Gold Glover in the National League, and he's having a day. Nico steals a hit from Dante Bichette Jr. Bo Bichette. Either way.
Play the game, Nico. Play the game. laser replay. We were talking superheroes earlier. Here's Nico doing his best Superman, laying out to make that play. He's homer today, infield single, and now a sparkling defensive play. Little love from Edward Cabrera.
Great stuff. What a play by Nico, going full-on Superman layout. Matt Shaw is going to hit in this spot as Sean Manaea comes on.
The veteran left-hander has pitched 4 times to a 2.25 ERA.
That's flared down the line.
Did you hear?
Make a play, Fabian.
Yeah, some fan down there. We picked him up on our field mic.
I mean, leave him alone. He's got a stool he's got to pick up.
Well, Matt Shaw hitting in the 9-hole in Philadelphia the other night had himself a night. Not 1, not 2, but 3 two-base hits for Matt Shaw. 1 into the gap, 1 down the left field line, and then for good measure, he carves 1 into right field for his 3rd double of the night.
Now he's got to move the feet to get out of the way, and 1 and 2. That was Wednesday when he had the 3 doubles on Jackie Robinson Day. That one just missed it. And I think it's cool that Manaea, yeah. I think it's cool that the Cubs always celebrate Jackie Robinson Day, even if it doesn't fall on the actual day of the schedule. Swing and a miss. Manaea able to get Shaw 1 down.
Wrigley Field, the lone remaining ballpark where Jackie Robinson actually played.
That's right.
Big league ballpark anyway.
Pitch in the dirt to Carson Kelly, who has flied to right and wrapped into a double play. Cubs lead it by the count of 7-3. We're talking about Carson Kelly and swinging a hot bat. I mean, his exit velo is by far the highest of his career, and he's in the top 10 in hard hit rate. So far this year, if you want some context, if you hit the ball hard 95 or above, batting average in the majors is .467. That's a strike, says Todd Tishner. Flared into right field. Benj dives and he steals a hit from Carson Kelly. And Manaea loving it.
Benj has had a busy day out there and right. It was interesting. Alex Tosi, the first base umpire, looked over at Adam Hemery at second base as if to say, what do you got? And Hemery didn't make the call, so Tosi said, I got it. I got a catch.
JD, what do you make of Carson on Carson crime there?
What's Carson on Carson crime? Hardly seems fair, Boog.
I know. Strike 2. Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA 0 for 2.
We're talking about all the left-handed pitching he's faced. Now he's got to deal with this tough angle from Manaea. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. He made a spectacular catch in Wednesday's ball game in Philadelphia. Sinking line drive. Close that gap in a hurry. Lays out. Hauls it in. Had a catch probability of 15%. So it's where he was positioned, how long the ball was in the air, all that good stuff. Covered 62 feet and 28.1 feet per second.
Minaya gets PCA to wave at that one. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs onto the 6th. Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen, made for the brain. And by Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Cubs in 15, presented by Feldco, has your game recap every morning. Tune in tomorrow at 8, 9, or 10 for highlights from today's game, or catch it anytime on the Marquee app or YouTube. You got options, folks, 8, 9, or 10. Get all the deets. Kids still stay deets?
I think they do. We'll check it. We'll ask Taylor.
Are they still spilling tea? Is that still?
Absolutely, they're spilling tea. I love T-Mac's hit with the kids on.
How about the energy out there, huh?
Oh, it's so great. They're just so happy and energized. Yeah. I mean, they're not the only one skipping school.
No.
This is a little bigger. I mean, you're skipping school for your first Cubs game. Yeah, it's a big deal. Glad you're here. Absolutely perfect day. Cubs led it early 4-0. Now lead 7-3. And a good changeup right there. And it's 1-2.
And they picked a beauty of a day, man. It's gorgeous here today.
In the air, right field. Seiya waits for it to come down. JD, you want to play mound ball?
Dying to.
Time to play mound ball. It's presented by Tasty Trade. If the ball stayed on the mound, Cub season ticket holder Susan Geithner would have won the $1,000 Tasty Trade jackpot. Unfortunately, it did not. Tasty Trade, stocks, options, futures, and crypto. Take it up with Todd Tischner, Susan. First one in for a strike to Luis Robert. Nico makes the catch out of the air. And there's 2 down. This one kind of hung up there.
Yeah, and just off the end of the bat a little bit, but Nico well positioned.
JD, did you see on that fly ball to right field? And we've seen the wind is picking up. It's going right to left now, and it's been a hitter's advantage wind, which is, for the most part, the minority situation or conditions at Wrigley Field. But Pete Crow Armstrong was playing effectively straightaway center field, and that fly ball from Francisco Lindor, he ended up right next to Seiya Suzuki, just because, well, because he's that fast and he can, but because this is, watch your center fielder and watch where he ends up, because he's going to come into your shot right there. So well, that's what you got to do.
And when you play at Wrigley Field, and obviously the Cubs play here a lot, so they know the potential danger with the ball in the air. Make no assumptions.
3-0 in for a strike to Alvarez, who has reached on an infield single and scored, and he is grounded to third. And that's ball 4.
If you think today was hard, try living one day in this man's life. Liam's had 5 heart surgeries. Let's go, Liam!
One of my best days ever.
Mets have had base runners in every inning, or at least a single base runner in every inning. That one laced into right field, base hit. Suzuki collects on a bounce. His throw in is cut off, and they're at the corners. And that was hit hard by MJ Melendez.
Yeah, he's had 2 real good swings here this afternoon. 2 line drive singles plus a walk, so he's doing his piece. It's the changeup. Oh, man, he sticks his nose right in there. In terms of quality of contact, the Mets have actually hit more hard hit balls here today than the Cubs.
Yeah. I think that's the 6th ball they've hit 105 and above.
Cubs have turned a couple of double plays, a strike him out, throw him out double play back in the 4th. 3-6-3 double play in the 3rd to help Edwards' cause here this afternoon. Been able to keep the ball in the ballpark. That's obviously valuable on a day like today, the way the wind is blowing. And remember, Daniel Palencia went on the IL before the game today, so it's a completely different look out there in the Cubs bullpen these days. There's been so much turnover. No Palencia, no Maton, no Harvey.
So who closes the game?
I have no idea. I think it depends on matchups. I think if you're looking for leverage guys at the end, I'm guessing Thielbar and Brown.
Curveball spun and was a little too high. Ball 1 to Marcus Semien. Semien an RBI double his first time he scored, and he's also struck out. Cubs with the lead. We're in the 6th, 2 away. And a check swing and a foul.
Palencia going on the IL early today. The Cubs have not replaced him yet on the roster. They'll bring somebody up for tomorrow's game. Had a little wiggle room because of the off day yesterday. And I'm not sure on this injury with Palencia, if this just kind of came out of the blue, if something's been bothering him a little bit. It's an oblique, left oblique, and obliques tend to linger.
2 outs, man at first. Cabrera 1-2. Pitch count climbing. I'm sure Craig Counsell would love to see him get this final out and then be done for the day. 2-2. I also feel like there are stretches where he gets an inordinate amount of foul ball.
Well, I was just thinking it's interesting that a pitcher pitches inside with the changeup, trying to jam guys with the changeup, but he throws it so hard. The last one was 93 miles per hour.
Big spot right here. Alvarez at third, Melendez at first, 2 down. 2-2 to Semien. He spoiled that one. one hop. That's the third, and Bregman goes the short way to Horner. And that'll do it in the top of the sixth. Mets strand a couple. The Cubs lead it 7-3.
Hey, welcome back, folks. This weekend, the 50-50 raffle has a guaranteed jackpot of $75,000. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning of each game. Now through the end of Sunday's game against these Mets. We're guaranteeing you 75, but it'll be a lot bigger than that.
I was talking to Dave, there's Dave right there. I was asking him what's the most tickets that he'd ever sold in a single day. I think he told me 5,000. That's a lot of tickets. Swing and a miss from Dansby Swanson. Going out is Simeon.
Saturday, May 2nd, Cubs take on the Diamondbacks at 1:20. And the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Kerry Wood bobblehead presented by Coca-Cola. Don't miss this moment. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. Just a really chill music going on.
Really good. Well, the band, they have the piano in the truck.
Yeah, they just kind of slowed it down.
Yeah. So you were waiting for me to come in and hello, friends.
A tradition like no other. But, May 2nd, just a few days before the anniversary of the Kerry Wood 20 strikeout game. We were
fouls it away.
The other day in Philadelphia, Shota Imanaga generated, was it 26 swings and misses? I don't know, some big number. The most in Major League Baseball this year. I'm curious what Woody, how many swings and misses he had on his 20 strikeout game.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm just assuming it's a big number. Guess we could go online and look at the play-by-play, the pitch-by-pitch, and figure that out.
That's a good point.
A good research project for somebody.
That game, the Kerry Wood 20 strikeout game, has the highest game score in the history of baseball.
That's the Bill James game score formula.
Yep. What's your highest game score?
I don't know.
We need to find that. On the ground towards the hole, through the hole, and another hit for Nico Horner. JD, he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's feeling it. Got it going on. Third hit of the day. He just waits on that sweeper.
First one to Bush, check his swing, down to third, and no swing, says Austin Jones. Popped up. Oh boy. And coming in and making a sliding catch is Tyrone Taylor. And Bush is out.
Off the bat, this looked fairly harmless, but kind of drifted into no man's land out there. Taylor ultimately takes charge and makes the play.
Michael Bush continues to have a tough time. I mean, there's no other way really to put it. He's kind of came into the game hitting 148, and this is not a hitting it hard bad luck situation, you know.
Yeah, and you know it's bad. The other night his final at bat in Philly was against a position player, Dylan Moore, and if he grounded out or popped up or something. So the frustration level has to be just sky high for Bushy. He'll be all right. We're gonna figure it out.
2 down. Bregman 1 for 3. With a single. Corners at first. Cubs up 7-3. We're in the 6th. Manaea. I know in 2024 Sean Manaea made some mechanical adjustments and decided to drop his arm slot a bit and deliver a bit more like Chris Sale. And I'm not sure whether he still does it, but he used to, in an effort to get that crossfire motion, JD.
Yeah.
He would warm up in the bullpen standing on one mound while the catcher was catching at the other plate. Popped up right side. Beatty. Simeon has it. And that is out number 3.
10th. If you've been with us all game, we have told you that Daniel Valencia before the game was placed on the IL with an oblique injury. So you're thinking these injuries are starting to pile up. What about the other guys as they work their way back? Well, Hunter Harvey still has yet to throw as he's dealing with right triceps inflammation. So we'll keep you updated on his status. Phil Maton will throw a bullpen tomorrow as he deals with right knee tendonitis. And that bullpen will just be an indication of where he's at. No real timeline for him. As for the starters, Matthew Boyd pitched in a rehab assignment yesterday. Assuming everything checks out well with his recovery, he will pitch on Wednesday. But Boog, quickly back to the bullpen. The real issue right now is that all of the injuries have come to right-handed pitchers. So the Cubs currently carrying 5 lefties, and Craig Counsell just not able to play the matchups like he would want to at this point.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I think it's the combo. There's no question that it's all righties. It's also, I think, at least in terms of Maton and Valencia, arguably his top 2 leverage guys.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to piece it together here, and an opportunity for some of these guys to step up. And Riley Martin
bunted towards third. Bregman fires out. Nice play. Taylor hustling down the line.
Yeah, it's part of the toolkit for Tyrone Taylor. He's a good bunter, has good speed, so you have to be aware of the potential for that. Bregman charges aggressively but under control. He'll get credited for a sacrifice there, but he wanted more. He click and knock.
I really hate that.
Bunting for a hit, getting a sacrifice?
Yes. Can I tell you why?
Sure.
Because the official scorers are asked to make judgments all the time.
Yeah.
And so you're going to guess on his intent. You're never going to know.
Yeah.
But the way he tried to bunt, you think he was trying to bunt for a hit, or was he trying to bunt for a sacrifice? I feel like most of the time it's pretty clear.
Yeah, he was bunting. He was not giving himself up there.
No.
But I do think there's sometimes in a hitter's head, he goes up to the plate, I'm going to bunt for a hit, and if I don't get the hit, at least I'll move him along if I get a bunt down. So there's that element of it.
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's I won't get credited for an at bat?
Could be that too.
Okay.
The one thing I'm not sure if I'm Carlos Mendoza, and he knows his team and his guys know their game better than I do. I don't know that I want anybody putting the ball on the ground intentionally on a day like today at Wrigley, especially when I have the platoon advantage. If I'm a right-handed hitter, if I got any pop at all, I could hit the ball in the air to left. But, we're down 4 runs here. Trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark, or try to drive the ball.
I feel like you just did a better job of.
The catcher is challenging the pitch.
Go ahead, Carson Kelly. ABS Challenge brought to you by T-Mobile.
The pitch is a strike. Chicago has 2 remaining.
Bring him up.
Yeah, see, that's when to use it, right? Got a man in scoring position, and it's a decision pitch. It's out or not out. Anyway, we were talking about the bullpen issues that the Cubs have with all these injuries and how it's an opportunity for some guys to step up. Riley Martin, albeit very limited samples, looked pretty darn good so far. He's flashing a 97-mile-an-hour fastball the other day. When you look at his minor league numbers, huge strikeout numbers throughout his minor league career.
Yep. Big strikeout numbers in college. A couple other notes. Kerry Wood got 24 swings and misses in a 20 strikeout game. JD, I called Bo Bichette Dante Bichette Jr.
Yeah.
In my head, that's how I think.
He's Dante's son.
Yep. Sliced into right, and the catch is made. by Seiya Suzuki. And time for our 7th inning stretch. It's brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Today's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game: Jackie Robinson Scholars, Ariana McGee, and Nyla Withersby.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Okay, guys.
The 7th, the Cubs up to hit. And Mark Vientos stays in the game and will take over at first base for Brett Baty. Manaya delivers to Happ, who pops it up foul. And that'll get out of play. Towards left center, and Tyrone Taylor makes the grab. Time for our Infinity cutting edge moment. Experience their luxury SUVs today, and well, the Cubs delivering early as they got the big 2-run homer from Moises Ballesteros and Nico Horner as well. Homer today. Moby.
Bench came up just short on that ball off of Seiya's bat. That would have been the 3rd out. Inning stays alive. Ballesteros puts the biscuit in the basket. Cubs put a 4 spot on the board in the 1st. It'll be a game of what ifs and oh so close. Trying to pull that one back into the strike zone.
Punch to right, fair ball. That's going to get into the corner. Let's see if Seiya's thinking about 3. Around second, and he throws the brakes on.
Yeah, well, you know, this is where you're going to get triples in this ballpark, rolling all the way into the corner in deep right field, the biggest corners in all of Major League Baseball. Seiya kind of looked like Curly from the Three Stooges going around second base.
Can you explain that to our audience, please?
Doing the Curly shuffle. You're going to have to Google it.
You're not even going to do a sound effect for people? Fly ball right field. This is well struck. That's back off the wall. Seiya to third, around third on his way in. And the Cubs add a run. Look at that. A double for Matt Shaw. It's 8-3.
Craig Counsell's having a little fun with his designated hitter spot. I mean, he's using all these guys off the bench. He started by Osteros. He had himself a day with a home run and a single. Then he turns to Shaw. And he delivers yet another two-base hit. Insurance runs are brought to you by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, people's strategy partner. Just missed a long ball. Now they'll settle for 2. And an RBI as Suzuki cruises on home. Yeah, so important on a day like today to play add-on, especially when you've got some question marks out there in the bullpen.
Last 6 at bats for Matt Shaw. He's got 4 doubles. Check swing, and Kelly able to hold up. The 2-1. Up the middle. Backhand, jump throw, tag, safe. And Kelly back to the base. Carson Kelly. Tell him, Carson, speed kills.
Misses the tag, misses the bag.
Missed the base.
Then he's going to watch it. He's going to sneak back in.
So he goes, if Vientos didn't catch it, that he didn't touch the base.
Yeah, and finally somebody, it was like Melendez in the dugout, caught it. But Carson looks over to the umpire and goes, I'm in there, aren't I?
Yes, you are. So 1st and 3rd. Justin Willard has his say. And here's PCA.
Yeah, well, this is at times default safety squeeze situation, right? With the guy with his speed in the box, runners on 1st and 3rd and 1 out, left on left. Speed down there at 3rd base.
Bo Bichette creeping in. Pete shows bunt, takes ball 1.
As the 3rd baseman comes in, the base runner at 3rd can just kind of follow him down the line. It wouldn't take a great bunt to score that run.
Fouled off at the plate. Got a piece of Todd Tishner, and Francisco Alvarez checking on him.
Ooh. Second time Todd has gotten dinged back there this afternoon. The idea was good, just wasn't able to get the bunt down. Wind has really picked up, going from right to left.
2-2 to PCA. Outside. One out. They're at the corners. Cubs up 8-3. Time call.
Boog, the wind is at 14 miles an hour, gusts up to 26 miles per hour. Yeah,
that's gusty.
There's a big wind coming tonight, too. Wind and rain overnight. It should not impact tomorrow's game.
3-2. And Pete will take his base. Good at bat. And now it'll be Dansby Swanson.
This is where a big opportunity now for Dansby to really open things up here. He's homered in 3 of the last 4 ball games.
There's a strike.
You can get it airborne to left. The ball will carry.
All the way to the backstop, and streaking home is Shaw, and the Cubs add on. It's now 9-3. That's a wild pitch.
That ball just dies back there at the backstop. Not a whole lot of real estate between the backstop and home plate. We've seen balls come off the bricks back there directly back to the catcher. It's the kind of game where if the manager is indeed on the hot seat, it can get a lot hotter. Just it looks ugly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wild pitches, misplays in the field. And I'm not saying it's on the manager.
Yeah.
I'm saying just the opposite. But it's the nature of the beast in this sport.
What do you think the derivation of hot seat is? Would anybody ever actually sit on a hot seat? Because I would.
No, I feel like I'm on a game show and I have to come up with a credible lie to see if I can convince the people.
Yeah.
Hot seat is a legal term. It started back in the 1700s in England. And facing the barrister. Oh, I know what it was. It was the Salem witch trials. If you were guilty, they just torched you.
Yeah. The seat wasn't the only thing that was hot then. Fly ball left field. Taylor coming on, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Carson Kelly, and he will score. Racing to third is Pete Crow Armstrong. Sac fly, Dansby Swanson, and it's 10-3.
Cubs continuing this run of just outstanding at-bats up and down the lineup.
On the ground to the right side, Simeon takes it in. They get Nico, and that's the inning, but the Cubs add 3 more. It's 10-3 onto the 8th.
Luke Shamby celebrated a big birthday over the weekend, and I'm sure he had a wonderful day. But I know someone who might have had a better birthday. That is a one Bennett Bregman, because yesterday at Wrigley Field, he hosted his own birthday party. Well, I guess it was his parents technically, but he was the one celebrated. And I mean, is there a better place for a birthday party? Even got a jumping castle in the outfield? I mean, Boog, listen, we love you. I'm sorry we didn't do this for you.
I would so be, if you just a little mini bounce house in the outfield, you turn the jumbotrons into, you know, picture whatever. Yeah. JD, would you ever, you and Lori ever do that? You get a bounce house for the girls when you were in Houston?
No, we never did do the bounce house birthday.
It's nothing like a good bounce house.
Having the birthday here at the ballpark.
Yeah, it's awesome. JD, by the way, I whiffed on hot seat. Jacob Webb's into the game. It's 10-3. And the real obvious one, it's the electric chairs.
Yeah. Well, I whiffed on that too. Yeah.
T-Mac kind of scolded me on that, deservedly so.
You know, there's one story here that says that the expression was coined by Harpo Marx.
Really?
In the 1930s, and it had to do with poker.
Tapped foul. I also, JD, I know that when you debuted back in, what was it, 85?
84.
84. Young Jim DeShays was described as having a hot seat.
On the hot seat. There are many things I was described as, but that was not one of them.
It's one of those, you can just walk it right up to the line. I'm described as having no seat.
No?
No seat.
Well, we could probably fix that.
More squats.
Maybe get you an implant.
Ball 4, and Webb walks Lindor.
Quality Start is brought to you by National Car Rental. Speed, control, winning, confidence. Quality Start for Edward Cabrera here today. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. That qualifies as a quality start. He allowed 8 hits, struck out 4, walked a pair, 91 pitches. And in position to pick up his second win of the season against no losses.
One is off the glove of Bush and then redirects, and safe at first is Lindor.
.108 miles per hour off the bat.
So a man on, and here is Luis Robert. First offering is a bit high. Robert 0 for 3.
Give Lindor a hit on that.
Yeah, he's hit.
Too hot to handle, Boog.
108. Yeah. Line drive, fair ball down the left field line into the corner. Lindor on the move. They'll hold him up. Robert into second. It's second and third, and nobody out.
Mets have hit a lot of balls hard today. Got 11 hits. Just the 3 runs to show for it.
Yeah, offense has been A real issue of late as the Mets try to avoid their 9th straight loss. Dribble towards third, charging Brett. Safe. Run scores. It's 10-4.
Third time today, Alvarez has hit the ball to Bregman down there. Infield hit first time, 5-3, and now this infield hit. A little slow roller. And they're very excited about it in the Met dugout.
Tommy Hotovy out. Ben Brown is up.
Monday, May the 4th is Star Wars night at Wrigley Field. Of course it is. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive an exclusive Cubs Grogu bobblehead. Don't miss out on this offer. I thought that was Yoda.
It's Baby Yoda. His name is Grogu.
His name is Grogu?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. MJ Melendez now. As Webb back to work following the visit from Tommy Hotovy. Cubs lead at 10-4. And a fastball right through there for a strike. Cubs 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Mets 4-12-2. We got a challenge.
The catcher is challenging the pitch.
ABS challenge brought to you by T-Mobile, and that's a strike. Way to go, Carson Kelly.
The pitch is a strike. Chicago has 2 remaining.
Carson Kelly's success rate back there has got to be really high.
Oh, 2 and a swing and a miss struck him out. Talk about Webb and that changeup. That time he just went right after him.
Yeah, and I think Melendez was sitting on the changeup because that was an awkward defensive swing, just trying to get a piece of that fastball as it breezed by. I mean, you get detention for being that late.
You know how they'd say it in New York? He was taught. He was taughty.
And you'd get jug, right? And then they call it detention was jug.
Jug. Well, the Catholic schools, yeah, justice under God.
Is that, I never knew what it stood for.
I think we.
You guys.
Some people think that's the case, but I don't think that's actually so. I'm saying late in a New York accent. It's tawdy.
Tawdy, yeah.
Tawdy. Go player. Swing and a miss.
There's that good let up. It's interesting, you know, to the eye, and I don't know the metrics on it in terms of how much movement. There's not a lot of movement, but he just floats in there. The guys just have the ability to take spin off the pitch, take a little velo off, but it looks like the fastball coming out of the hand.
Line drive left field, base hit. Happ picks it up on a bounce. And Robert will stop at third. So a single and the bases are loaded.
Well, the Mets have hit a lot of balls hard today. This was not one of them. Off the end of the bat again. It's a good changeup. At Simeon, watch how he slows everything down just to fight to stay in there and get some piece of the barrel on that one.
a miss from Vientos. Cubs have a lefty and a righty up in the pen. The lefty is Hobie Milner. The righty is Ben Brown. Mark Strittmatter back there as they warm up in his office. The 1-2 now. Sacks packed. On the ground to short. See if they can turn it. There's one. There's two. He gets the inning-ending double play. 6-4-3. His 2-run blast in the second, and the Cubs have scored 10 or more 3 straight games.
You know what other team has done that in MLB this year? None.
None.
Nada.
Michael Busch now. Busch 1 for 3 with a walk. On the ground, it'll roll that through the right side for a base hit.
Yeah, his base hit back in the 4th was off the first baseman's glove. This time cleanly through the hole on the right side, so a 2-hit game for Michael Busch. Kind of rolling over on it a little bit, but the start of a turnaround for Bushy.
First one to Bregman misses. Alex a single, a strikeout looking. He's lined out and he has popped out.
Cubs have gone down in order only once today. That was back in the 5th. Everybody in the lineup's been on base either via a hit or a walk.
Third base, Bichette whips a toss over there, and down to second moves Michael Busch. And there's one away. Folks, beautiful shots from our Megalodon camera. It's powered by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. swings, drills this one. Left field, on the way, gone!
It's time to circulate.
Ian Happ will touch them all. And it's all Cubs on a Friday afternoon.
Right-handed Ian gets on this one and drives it out of here 411 feet with a man aboard. His 5th home run of the year. That's on Waveland.
Love that. Waveland, hello. Suzuki flies this one down to the right side towards the corner bench. Get in there. So the Cubs enjoying a 12-4 lead.
Love to have a recording of that conversation down there in the Cubs dugout. Ian and Nico and John Maley.
Yeah. Yeah, some thoughtful folks. I don't know that any group of hitting coaches work harder than John Maley and Dustin Kelly. DK today. See, you're brilliant today, DK. That's how it works, right?
Coach of the day.
Coach of the day. Fly ball left field, long run, Taylor. And he's there to make the catch. Ian Happ puts the charge into one. We'll head to the 9th. It's 12-4. hits, no errors, lead at 12-4. Mets 4-13-2. The Cubs pitchers today with 6 strikeouts to help AbbVie's Striking Out Cancer Initiative. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities. And Hobie Milner on as we head to the 9th.
Well, the veteran Hobie Milner on for the 9th time, and he's been effective with a 2.16 ERA through 8 1/3 innings. He's worked the bottom of the zone with that drop down delivery, turned the ball over, seeking ground balls. He's been very good at doing that throughout his career.
Line drive and a base hit out into right field for Tyrone Taylor. JD, sad news today in Major League Baseball is we mourn the passing of Garrett Anderson. Heard about his death earlier today, but a guy who played 17 years in the majors. He had 2,529 hits. Made the All-Star team 3 times. He could swing it.
Yeah, and when we played the Angels, I was looking at some of their club records, and he's at the top of the list in a lot of categories. Sad news, it's been a bad run for baseball here. Phil Garner recently, scrap iron. Davey Lopes.
How long were you around Phil Garner? Fly ball right field. And a catch made by Seiya.
Yeah, well, Gar was, when I first came to the Astros, I got traded there in '85. He was a player there. He was a big part of our '86 team that won the division. And then he moved on, but he came back as a coach, and he coached under Art Howe while I was still playing in Houston. And then, of course, when I was broadcasting, he came back and managed the Astros. So I spent a lot of time around Gar, just a wonderful guy. You know, he had this, scrap iron and tough, grizzled guy, baseball guy and all that. Yes, but also just a really sweet, really smart guy. Really impactful with the Players Association in his time.
I spent 1 year with Garrett Anderson, the 1 year after he left the Angels when he was with the Braves. Sliced foul. But one other thing that I love about Garrett Anderson's Baseball Reference page is that on his page, if you look, he played for California, for Anaheim, and for Los Angeles. Same team.
Yeah.
They kept changing their name from the California Angels to the Anaheim Angels to the Los Angeles Angels. But in 2009, he was a Brave, so I spent a ton of time around him. And he was just big guy, real gentle, very thoughtful about hitting. The one story that always sticks in my head that he told me, he had 2,529 hits, but he told me he spent 1 year in his career where he swung a bat that was 36 inches and 35 ounces. And today's world, if you want some perspective, your standard bat is 34-31. Swanson collects, goes to second, to first, 2, and that'll do it. And the Cubs have taken the opener, and the offense continues to roll. Time to sing the song.
Baseball season's underway. Well, you better get ready for a brand new day. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. They're singing, go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go!
Fly to W, and the Cubs offense enjoying themselves since the third inning on Tuesday. They have outscored the opposition 33-7. A W here on a Friday at Wrigley. What could be better?
Yeah, perfect day for baseball. The Cubs show up in a big way with the bats. Coming off that series win in Philadelphia. They continue rolling here this afternoon. Paying out 14 hits, scored 12 runs. The pitching was solid, defense outstanding. They turned 4 double plays in the ball game. Fitting that this game ended on that 6-4-3 double play. So everybody's going home happy here.
For Jim, for Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, and our entire crew, I'm John Shelby. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final: the Cubs win it over the Mets 12-4. Tomorrow, Game 2, Jameson Taillon, Freddie Peralta, your starters. Our coverage gets underway at noon. Up next, post-game live with Cole Wright and Cliff Lloyd. Cole, it is all yours.
Thank you very much for that assist, Boog. It's going to be a fun one because 9 Cubs had hits, 4 had multi-hit games, and there were 14 knocks overall. That's offensive production, man.
You're absolutely right. 33 runs last 3 games. You know you should be in the win column. Oh, they are.
Every single time. Right. 3 in a row, their first 3-game winning streak of the season. How will they stretch it to 4? We'll tell you next right here on Cubs Post Game Live.